Okay. All right. Good morning. We are continuing Lulav. A bit of a home stretch over here. So trying to get towards the end of it. Tafshin Beis. It's Aser Lechol Kodim Shitlanu. It's Aser to eat before you do Tilas Lulav. Im Shachach Ve'achal Ve'nizkar al Shulchano. If he forgot, because then is by mitzvah deraisa, person should not eat beforehand. Shabura does discuss, okay, but what point? Let's say you don't have a little vessel or whatever until, at what point can you eat? Because if you have chatzos, it's a shaila of fasting. I mean, in general, I don't know. In general, an eitzah is always with these things is you're allowed to drink water. So you don't end up fasting. But if you didn't, so the Mishabura does say that that it is until chatzos, right before chatzos you can eat something, and so just make kiddush and eat something, so you're not fasting. And some say if you know there's a reason for the delay, and you're going to have the lulav Arba meeting later on, so you could just eat right away, like any other situation, things like that, where if you know there's not going to be a problem of you forgetting, then it's okay to go ahead and to eat. If you forgot to do Arba meeting, and he realized, wow, b'yom rishon shumin atayra yafsik afil yeshos b'yoyim litlo achar sheyechal, and he should stop. Even if he could go ahead and do Tilas Lulav the whole day, he should stop and do Tilas Lulav. Yom Rishon ve'elach, he shows b'yom lo yasik. If he has time after his big Suda, he does not. He does not have to be mafsik. V'im lav yafsik, then he has to stop eating in the middle. Haga. Yom Tov Sheni, who are the Yom Tov Sheni? Because it's fake of the Yom Haga. Im Hiskil Lechol Yoser Chatzi Shar Kolon Shegi Zman Chiyuva. Let's say I get up in the middle of the night and decided to have a Suda before Aleph Shachar. I feel b'yom rishon ein tzarich lahafsik b'deikar shows b'yom. Person has a 10-hour, has this 10-hour Suda. I mean, I don't really. Yeah, this is a theoretical case. The place can bring up about, well, anyway, you're not allowed to eat by hits before Amud Shachar, because you have to master because it's tefillah. B'Kuri Yankov gives a teretz that he went ahead and he was mastic for tefillah. So the case over here is, I have to mastic for tefillah. He was before Birchas Hamazon, he dominates and he kept on eating geschmack, but he did not do. He realized he didn't do Arba Minim, so then he doesn't have to be mastic like any other din. Tafish and Gimel. Hadas shel mitzvah also the hariach bo. Hadas of the lulav, it's also to smell it during the chag. Aval esrog shel mitzvah muter la'ariach bo min hadin, but esrog you are allowed to smell it min hadin during the chag. It's better not to smell it because if there's a bracha. Because if it's buksul mitzvah, so therefore there's no birchas hareach on something which is a dvar mitzvah. So therefore you don't make a bracha. Mashein came by a hadas, since the and also since the mitzvah you'd be allowed to even eat. Since the ikar esrog, the ikar muksa of an esrog is for eating. You're not allowed to eat an esrog during sukkahs. By hadas, the ikar point of a hadas is the smell. So therefore, you're not allowed to smell a hadas during the hadas during the chag. But by esrog, since the mitzvah, the ikar thing of an esrog is not the smell. So if you are allowed to smell it, just as a shaila of a bracha, so it's better not to. You don't have to stand around, holding your nose, like, no, not smelling it, whatever. It's okay. You could even, if you smell it, it's okay. You can even get hana from it. It's better not to, because it's like brachas.
What about the halacha that taking a bite out of your esrog and it's still good because it's chassid during the rest of the days? So that's where you were not any bodem man.
Right. I think that there's
So if a person says any bodem man, can make a bracha on the reach too.
Right. If you be allowed to eat it, then you'd be allowed to smell it as well, because it's not huksa. But the poskim do bring down that on Shabbos you're allowed to smell it, enjoy it, because there's no mitzvah that day, so it's okay to smell it on Shabbos. Beis ava the
doesn't stop.
The hooks. No, but the thing is that which the Brewer brings down. Ata lav mitzvah of it. You're not doing a mitzvah right now. You're allowed to smell it either way. The shayas of safek bracha. Can you make a bracha if it's hooks? If you're doing a mitzvah with it, there's a dvar mitzvah. Can you make a bracha sareach on it? On Shabbos, you're not doing a mitzvah, so you could go ahead and you can smell it and make a bracha, because on Shabbos it's not only for the mitzvah on Shabbos, so therefore you could be samech on the fact that you can make a bracha, and that's okay. No, that's tiltul, but it's not. But that's not muksa of. There's muksa.
That's not.
So also, if you is it also tiltul. I mean, if besides the fact, unless you say that it's a shayla muksa b'chasachar and kiss, which that could be.
I'm talking about Erev Sukkot.
Erev Sukkot is it's not also for tiltul. No, but it's not. But it's mutter to smell. That's the whole chiddush over here. That since it's a hook, so you can't eat it. You won't be able to eat it on Shabbos. In Chanami, it's huksa. You can't eat it on Shabbos. But the huksa of an esrog is the eating, not the smelling. So you're allowed to smell it. It's just a shayla and brachos, just like the Ramah. Hadasim, no, because that's huksa for Shivas Yamim. Yeah, just like by bread, the Ramah says by bread you should because it's safek, you don't know what bracha to make. You shouldn't smell bread. The chachila, you shouldn't smell it. You shouldn't, take a big whiff and enjoy it. But again, that's only the chachila. Achopanim here also, the esrog smells good. But so you can on Shabbos you can mamish make a birchas hareach. For besamim after havdalah, I don't know about that. It's interesting shaila. Beis avad hoshana v'lo avra lemepak beis. So you set up your lulav and esrog, and you're all set. But then your friend comes running in and says, "Oh, I got you most amazing mahudr set," and so you just leave it on the table. Sharia b'hana, then that's mutter b'hana, because it's not huksa mitzvah, even though you're hazvana lav milsa, and therefore there's no chalois kedusha on it, and it's okay. Tafish Nandalid, Mikabelis Isha Halulav Miyad Bina or Miyad Bail is a Mishnah in Sukkah. A woman can take the lulav Miyad Bina or Miyad Baila Machziros Lamayim. You can take a lulav from the son, from her son or the husband, and put it in Machziros Lamayim. She's allowed to return it if it was sitting in a bit of water to keep it moist. She's allowed to take it and put it back into water, because nothing happens really. It just keeps it moist. There's no actual growth or anything like that, unlike by flowers and things, which is more of a shaila. There's a discussion about that, but here by lulav it's just to go ahead and keep it green. There's no problem putting it back in the water. If there's very little water, you can even add water. You should not switch the water, because that's tayrach. That's extra tircha, and an extra tircha. This could be tikkun money. You're trying to keep this fresh. It's tikkun oich, but it's not like tikkun oich. It's tikkun mana. It's not clear, but it's tikkun mana. So therefore, on Yom Tiv, you can't do extra tircha for that. But al kapanim, you're allowed to put it back in. It's a mitzvah to go ahead and switch the water to keep it green. Therefore, everyone has their own shtick with, what you put a towel, paper towel, foil, not foil, have their own, whatever, how to keep the lulav moist. The mice is that, the question is, I mean, a lot of times here in the heat, sometimes it gets moldy if you keep it too moist. It gets moldy. I once had a lulav that taka got moldy in the middle of the chag, and the whole center just flopped over. So it's something being nizar with. So the Indian to try to keep it moist. Keep it in a sealed lulav bag. Whatever you try to do to keep it mahudar. Hagav enogin likach kol yom chalamoid arava chadasha kashem belulav hither mitzvah. There's a minig if you have aravos to go ahead and put new aravos in every day. For example, here they sell aravos here. Here often they sell aravos every day. It's if you it's a kedai to go ahead and to do that. V'hidur mitzvah. I mean, I do remember if there's no aravos in Chanami, you can, by Hoshana Rabbah, you see, the people's aravos, like the shriveled black leaves, and flopping over a little bit. That's okay, but it's not as mahudar as it could be. So therefore, it's better to go ahead and to take new aravos.
Is mold psul on lulav?
No, it's not a psul. It's not a psul. No, there's no shinimara on even by the esrog is a discussion, but by lulav is not psul.
Nowadays it wouldn't help you to put your lulav in water because they seal it with wax at the bottom.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. Fine. Tafresh and hay. It's the dinim of goyim. Aleph. Oivi kacham shehevi lulav Yisrael mechutz Techum. A guy who brought Armenian a lulav to Yisrael mechutz Techum. Muter litloi afilu mishehuva bishvilo. You're allowed to go ahead and do netilas lulav. Do nanuim, even if it was brought for him, because since it's a mitzvah and shus mitzvah, we're not machmitz. You could even tell the guy to go ahead and to bring it. But ayin lahagav ayin la'el so tafkuf peivav simin shin zayin imuter loymar la'ovik v'chavei leilech acharav alachal yomtiv b'shvilo. That's a different shaila of yomtiv. Is there a mirror la'acharav and yomtiv? But al kapadim for a mitzvah, you're even allowed to go ahead and to tell a goy to because there's no isser hoitzah on yomtiv. But there's tchumen there is. But since it's Techum is only the Rabbanon, so you're allowed to go ahead, shvus to shvus, you're allowed to tell a guy to go ahead, you forget you're in shul or whatever, wherever you are, and you outside the city, you got stuck outside the city, so you can go ahead and you can even offer to pay a guy, listen, can you go back to my house, here's the key, and bring me my Arba, and that will be okay. The shaila which the Poskim discuss is what about Yubei's meal? What if Yubei's meal is a machlekes, Machus in the Gemara, Tanaim, whether your base meal is deraisa. So, but on Yom Rishon, the Mishabura says on Yom Rishon to go ahead since it's the mitzvah deraisa. So if he brought it from outside Yubei's meal, so we're makil. But to go ahead and to send him outside Yubei's meal, that we're not matir. But the thing is, you're not allowed to carry it outside Dal Amas. If there's an Eruv, so then you're allowed to carry it all around the Eruv, but otherwise you can't. You have to do the netilas lulav right then and there. Now, Ma'aseh Shahaya Kachaya. There's a Shaila, interesting Shaila with maybe bring up some issues. I had a son many years, like 18 years ago. One of my boys was born on Leil Yontav Rishon of Sukkot. So, and from here in Beit Shemesh, we had to take an ambulance into the hospital. Shaila is, so I didn't know the halacha then, or I didn't think about it. It was too vahala, so I took my Arba with me. Question is, did I do the correct thing or not? Was it correct for me to take my Arba with me? Since the Lamai says it was mutter for me to go ahead and to go to to go to the hospital. So lo gara from a goy, who the shaila is tchum derabanan. But was it mutter for me that's one thing is asking a goy to take it. Is it mutter for a yid to take it with him? And so Lamais is, so Aleph, so if it's a Goyish driver, so then you enter the Shiloh over here is, do you need it? So the question is, can you just throw it in the ambulance and then take it and take it? So it could be there's what to talk about, but then there's a different question is, it's only if you need it. If at the other end you end up in Yerushalayim, whatever, and there's Arbamin, to take. You can get an Arbamin to do Lulav on. So then the question is that called the tzarich? So my suffix is later on. The Ramah says that a person should be harder to have his own Lulav and Esrog on the first day. Shouldn't be samech on the Matalam Nasa Hachzir, right? Yeah, obviously you could probably find someone giving Matalam Nasa Hachzir. The question is, my suffix is, on the one hand, of course you'll find someone, who can go ahead and give you Arbamin. But the question is, do you have to be samech on that? Because he's not chayiv to give it to you. It's no chiyuv. Because it's lachem on that day. It's lachem, so you have to own it. There's arvus, right? So but the thing is, like the Ramah says later on, that one of the reasons it's better to have your own is because not everyone knows the hilchos hakna and how to be machnet properly. It's stam, it's this, it's a lot of complicated halachas. So it's better to have your own. I don't know if that's enough to be matir it. If a person goes to the hospital, the wife's giving birth or something like that, and you have no idea when she's going to give birth, and and so therefore, you don't know if at 4:00 in the afternoon you start running around to try to knock on people's doors. You don't know anyone there to try to find Lulav and Esrog. I guess it could be if you feel uncomfortable. It could be there's room to be matir. The emes is the Shmir Shabbos. Brings a different stam heter. He says the person goes to the hospital on Shabbos, he's allowed to bring his tefillin. He bases on the Orach Chaim Machat Yisrael, and also on the Mincha Shlomo. Shlomo Zalman says that the problem with Tchumen is really an issur for an Adam and a behema. Kalim, it goes by Raglei Odom, right? It's kavua by where the person is going to shvisa. Someone who's going to the hospital, it's mutter for him to go outside Techum, so his Kalim and Meila it's mutter for them to go outside Techum with him, because his Raglav is mutter to go outside Techum, so to his Kalim and mutter to go outside Techum. So he holds that you even be allowed to go ahead, so the Chor Lefi Shmir Shabbos, you'd be allowed to go ahead and take the lulav, because there'd be no isser tchumin b'chlal. Again, to rely on, these are just different shitas. The person would, would have to ask a shaila. But if in chutzar, like I said, which you definitely, let's say you're at a hospital which is outside. Most hospitals are within tchum in chutzar. But let's say it's a hospital. Let's say you're in a small area, you have to go to a different city, whatever it is, you have to go outside tchum, and you're in you're not in a Jewish hospital. So you're not going to have Arbamin. So over there, and to throw it into the ambulance to take, there's definitely it would be mutter, because you can even ask a goy to do it. So definitely just putting in the ambulance and taking it through your base meal, you have many shitas to rely on to take your Arbamin with.
If you're going on Shabbos, you take your food for Sunday, and you take your food for Sunday also then?
If you're not going to be able to get it, he says that obviously if you think you're going to be back, whatever it is, if you don't know, that's the case. You know. Right. He talks over there. I think that's also in the Orach Chaim that he's not. Like I think in the case of Machnei Yisrael, he's in the army or whatever it is. He doesn't know what he doesn't know what he's going to be doing, so he's going to allow to take the tefillin. If you know for sure that whatever, so then you don't have to. You wouldn't have to. Right. Also. Someone. Right. That's also that. Right. Right, they take the tefillin. Right, the question. I mean, listen, Hashem, this Muhammad will not last until Sukkot. It should not be a shayla like this, Bichlal. But the all huadin it would be with the Arba'inim as well. He would, they would be. They'd probably pashas. They could take it. A paramedic. So I spoke to a paramedic last night, and he said anyway they're matter them to take whatever they need. Because otherwise they might be reluctant to go if they're not going to go ahead and have go back and have the Shabbos sudas or have food or have any ikuvs. They might have an ikuv in doing their and in matzah nefasha. So therefore the place can say that they're allowed to take whatever they want. So anyway it's okay for him to come back. So he's so if he was at the end, if he wasn't sure. If he could be able to come back, whatever it is, or if he was planning to just to stay by someone, so he'd definitely be allowed to go ahead and take his Arba meaning. Okay, I think we'll stop here. So, Simon's back here.